Here it is, our new Endymion deck. I'm going to tell you right now, this deck is not budget at all. I wish I knew this before I made it. I probably would not have made it. But I saw a few Endymions, and I was like, hey, this deck is real interesting. It's a deck revolving around spell counters. And I thought, whoa, that's pretty cool. Maybe I could put my Arcanite Magician stuff in there, and yeah, that doesn't happen as much. I'm still looking for a way to use these Arcanite Magicians. I have this and the fusion, right? Yeah, the fusion version of it. I was just thinking in my head, all these spell counters, adding spell counters to Arcanite Magician could make him a huge powerhouse. But yeah, that didn't happen. Let me know if there's a way to use him. I would really like to know, actually. So please. But yeah, this deck is not budget at all, and I don't even have the best version of this deck. You can actually run that Astral Sorcerer, the magician that looks like a galaxy in human form. I don't know. You can run that here, but I'm not trying to make it. I am running out of materials. But yeah, this deck, I'm telling you right now, if you're struggling and you want a nice budget deck, this is not the deck for you. It's not. It really isn't. I'm running a little bit of a spellbook engine in it just because to replace all the upstart goblins and the allure of darkness, right? Is that what it's called? But I did make 3 Into the Voids. I don't know. Because you do use like your entire hand for the most part. So I thought Into the Void was okay to have. And you can run it too if you want. But yeah, this deck is not budget. If you're looking for budget decks, I have a bunch that are. So go check those out if you want. And yeah, if you enjoy, please like, please subscribe. It would really mean a lot. We're growing every day. I would really love for you to be a part of it. And let's get down to business. Okay. Mythical Beast Jackal. I think 1 to 2 is good. I add the 1 Magician Soul just to... because I added Megaton Magical Cannon. Although an extra Endymion could probably just do the same thing and is better in more situations. Because this is situational. So yeah, I added literally Magician Soul just to get rid of this just in case. But even then, I'd have to have both in my hand. So I don't know. But yeah, then I run into spellbook stuff, like I said. 2 spellbook Magicians of Prophecy. Yep. Because the whole thing is spell counters, and a lot of them, when they're in the spell or trap card zone, gain spell counters for each spell. That's why this deck is not budget at all, because you want to keep drawing, keep adding spells, drawing, adding spells, drawing, activating spells, you know? 3 Magister of Endymion, I think it's pretty good. It's one of the better the scale, it's because of the scale. Yep, and as you know, if you're familiar with the channel, I am not a huge Pendulum guy. I barely understood it as is. And now that I understand it a little bit more, I think I understand it fully actually. Yeah, the scales are important. Okay, so yeah, literally for the scale, run it at 3. Servant of Endymion, I run it at 3. For some reason, I've seen decks have it at 1 or 2, but I think 3 is good because it's the best way to bring out, not the best way, but it's a good way to bring out Endymion and herself, and then probably link together into, you know, it's a good combo starter. I don't know. Magical Abductor, I think is pretty good. I run it at 2. You could run it. I said I run it at 2. I run it at 3, but you can run it at 2 if you want. I added White Wing Magician. Oh yeah, this is the tuner, because I wanted to try to do my Arcanite stuff in there, but yeah, if you're not trying to do any of that, don't run it. Again, if you know a way to use Arcanite Magician in this deck, or in any deck, I don't know, just let me know, because I'm really interested. And then Mythical Beast Garuda. Run it at 1. The bird's pretty good. And then Jackal King, 2 to 3. Yep, here's where it gets non-budget. Even though I already had 3 URs and 4 SRs already. And we're only in the first half. 3 Mythical Beast Jackal, 2 to 3. I think 2 is good. I think 2 works. 3 Endymions. If you can, run 3 Endymions. Yup, that's 3 URs. 1 to 2 Reflection of Endymion. I pulled 2, so I'm using 2. I think I pulled 3, but I think 2 is good. 2 is the limit. Master Cerberus. 2. Probably want it at 2. Or maybe even 3, because the best way to search Mythical Beasts... What did I say? It's the best way to search out Jackal King. The Mythical Beasts are fun, though. They're fun in this deck. So yeah, 2 to 3 probably for Master Cerberus. Yep. Yep. You don't need this card. 3 into the voids. Here's my spellbook stuff. I have 2 secrets, 2 knowledges, 3 spell power mastery. I don't think you should run 2. I think 3 is good. You add a card to your hand and you place a spell counter. So yeah, I think 3 is good. 3. I made this. I made Power of Guardians again. I was trying to make like super strong beat stakes. I don't know why. And this card is pretty good for that, because with every spell counter it gains 500. And then if that monster gets destroyed by battle card effect, you can just take 1 out. So I thought it was pretty good. Actually, I haven't used it much in this deck. I've tested a lot of games with this deck already. Just trying to learn the Pendulum stuff, and I think I got better at understanding it. But yet I have yet to use this card too much. So yeah, you probably don't need it. Magical Citadel, probably 1 to 2, or you can add a terraforming maybe. Mythical Institution, I run at 3 because we run the Mythical Beasts, and it's 2 free spell counters, and you can actually search cards depending on your spell counters. So that's pretty good. Endymion's Lab, I pulled a bunch, so I actually got some material back for it. And you probably don't even need it. Yeah, you probably don't need it. I run it at 1 though. You can run it at 1 if you want. And then yeah, these synchros you don't need, bro. I don't know. I tried Arcanine Magician. Crowley you could use, but you don't need. You don't. This UR you don't need, okay? Although this UR you do. Electromite, right? That's the yeah. Electromite, yeah. It's what gets the ball rolling most of the time. You should run Electromite. Good thing it's only limited to 1, because you don't want to make more. Okay, Daybreaker, you probably don't need. I actually haven't used this card much, but it could be good. Run it if you want, but again, this deck is already not budget like this, so if you want to save some SR. If you want to save some SR, you don't need this card. Same thing with the rest of these you don't need. You do need Celine though, and that's another UR. Maybe you don't need Celine, but Celine is really good to have. I'm sorry, she's good to have. But a lot of look, if you make Celine, she's good in a lot of decks with your Access Code Talker, right? Or your Appaloosa, you know? So look, think of it like this. You make Celine and you can use her in a bunch of different decks, not just this one. But yeah, you might want a Celine. And then the rest you don't need. So yeah, let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, please. It would really mean a lot. I know I probably already said that multiple times, but enjoy the replay. That's the most important thing. Just enjoy the video. Alright, go ahead and do that. Enjoy. What a new Endymion deck. I don't know their names yet, so I have to look at them. It's too new. It's too new. Magister of Endymion to bring Servant of Endymion. And now let us get some spell counters. We run our spell books in this. You know, for the waste of materials that the spell books were, sometimes their stuff right here, their little spellbook engine, could be good in other decks. I think I've seen one with Dogmatica, so that's interesting. Endymion! And now we will link into heavy metal foes, Electromite. Yep, I never thought I'd make a Pendulum deck, but here we are. And I hope I picked the right one. It was either between this, the Astral Sorcerer, and maybe Odd Eyes, because maybe they're interesting. I don't know. But yep, it is a lot of reading, and it could be complicated. So, be you know, if you want to make a deck like this, you gotta have to use a lot of brain power, because it took me a while to really figure out what I wanted to do with this deck, and even then I'm still missing some key cards. But this is a good field so far. We have 2 negates, and we have Cerberus. And now we're using Magister's effect to bring out another card, right? Endymion, make it 3 negates! Because they're not hard once per turn. It's crazy. Endymion, negate that! And He didn't even try to get through this. But hey, if you enjoyed, make sure you like, make sure to subscribe. It would really, really, really help out. Please, just help out. It'll do a good. If you haven't done your one good thing for the day, can it be this? All right. Now I'm just spitting out. All right, peace.